What I'm saying is GFK, we don't know when they flown out of the country. And up to now, the citizen too, they had a disrupted meeting, so they did not get what it had gotten from Marcus Blair, who can represent the company, because he did not recognize Representative Joe in the media according to what the citizen said, and also they didn't know where they come from. That disrupted the meeting, all right, from the citizen point of view. However, we want to know where we stand with this, and you've been a lawmaker. What is the understanding about it?
Well, I'm happy to be a part of the public analysis. I heard the gentleman in studio saying that we are tight-lipped. We have never been tight-lipped on any issues. We're not mobile lawmakers. We speak to every issue. I've been following. But I always speak at the appropriate time. Firstly, how did I get to know there was an issue about the accelerometer? Was when I was called by Bali Topa. I think he's the chair of the civil society group, and they wanted me to come to a meeting to discuss the accelerometer issue. In fact, there was an argument, and I told him, I said, Bali, if you are ahead of the civil society group and you want to have such a meeting, it's important for you to sit with your lawmakers, reach out to us, let's have a discussion, let's understand what you want to talk about, let's look at the documents, because we are the lawmakers, and then whatever issue that is, if we know that there's a problem, then we can go ahead as civil society, which is your right, to do what you have to do. And in fact, there was an argument, and Bali Topa was very disrespectful on the phone, where we had to hang out. But I just want to say that lawmakers, especially the representatives, represent the people, and they trust them to do that. And we talk about the MTA was passed, and if everybody followed, before the last amendments of accelerometers MTA, especially for their second phase, we met in various meetings, not just the Bassa caucus, but Bon County caucus, Nima caucus, and there was a lot of meetings staged by our citizen groups headed by Duke and Cleo, Bobby Topa, and all of them that ended up to the fairground, and we invited people who were in charge. We told them that there are a lot of things that Salamita has not done, and if they don't meet up with those things that they should have done in the past, that we're not going to approve those amendments. Some of those things were the hospitals, the scholarships that they award our people don't benefit from, jobs that they give out to people outside of our county, and our people don't benefit, and we all stood firm. It was a long list that was accepted by the legislature, which we still stand to. But on the issue of the concentrator, I have reached out to Salamita. We've had all this conversation, even though it's empty. But there's a situation that was that came with this with that.
But Senator, can you kindly clarify how is it written in the MDA, the concentrator plant?
Well, in the MDA, I think they say it's going to be in the concession area. In the concession area, and the concern is, Chris, and we had the same thing with the mining company from Bomi. The ArcelorMittal and the government, I think they did a feasibility study. The feasibility study was done, and the information that was provided, which we have to deal with at the level of the Senate or the legislature, that feasibility required that the concentrator be built on 100 hectares of land. 100 hectares. It has environmental issues. That means that it's not safe to put it in a city. So if that feasibility study was done and signed by them and signed by government, it's something that we need to investigate. Because if you're talking about 100 hectares, you're talking about using a whole Buchanan city, and our land cannot accommodate that. But we have to verify that, which I already brought to the attention of our Lands and Mines Committee. Because if a feasibility study is done, the government and the legislators should verify those information before you come and start to have the conversation. I think it would have been very appropriate, which I recommended, that since there were issues, our citizens approach their leaders and we sit as a caucus have a discussion, identify those issues, and make sure they are treated appropriately, because we always support our country, and what we want for our country, we're not going to put any company before our people. But I am also disappointed over the way that lawmakers get involved with some of these strike actions. You cannot have civil society or citizens who are speaking on the issues on behalf of the county, but then they come from the offices of the lawmakers. That makes a bias. Then it ends up in confusion and people get hurt, and we don't meet up with our objective, as somebody said, or get the kind of results that we want to get. We have lawmakers in this county who are beneficiaries of a Salamitao. I think the main issue that our people are concerned about is how do we get jobs for our people?
So who are the lawmakers?
How do we get, Chris, I don't just talk, I want to end my statement. The main issue is how do we get jobs for our people? If the concentrator has to go to a place that where they need 100 hectares of land, we want to ensure that Grand Bassa County gets sufficient jobs, even more than what other counties are getting, because that's how you advocate. So we need to get to the table and make sure those things are done. But you have lawmakers who got contracts for Asalamita, who got contracts for Asalamita. You have Honorable Joe, who works directly with a contract for Asalamita, and that contract is nothing from my information, is nothing less than $150,000, $160,000. So if you are a lawmaker and you have contract with Asalamita, deselection contract, and you're receiving that kind of money, but you are going to protest, and Salamita makes a statement to say that will come a long way, and your people get upset, and you don't find the interpretation to the statement, but they come and blame other people for that speaking out on issue that we should deal with at the level of the caucus and at the level of the legislature. If you have such a contract, how many people are you employing? And if you are a lawmaker, and you need to give chance to citizens who are business people who can get these contracts and employ citizens as well. So I can be a lawmaker, then I go take contract from the same people that I say I'm protesting for. Then what do they have to do? You have businesses here that can take those contracts, and we go and make our lawmaker salary, and the business people benefit, and they employ more people. So these arguments and these protests and all these things are just it's deeper than just the argument of concentrator, and that's why I've been quiet, because I think the lawmakers need to get together and have a caucus meeting and to look amongst ourselves to see some of the things that were done wrong and some of the things that need to be corrected. This issue, I presented it on the Senate floor. I had a conversation with the pro tem who has oversight over the mining sector. I've asked the Lands and Mines to work with the Salamita to look at the feasibility study document. And if the feasibility study document is genuine, then we look at where do we get more jobs for our people. They said they're bringing a railroad platform here and something with a port that's supposed to give us more jobs than what the incinerator or whatever it is will give. If they're going to do that, then we got to ensure that those jobs are given to people who live in Grand Bassa County, because they employ people from other counties. Our people don't have anything here, and that should be the advocacy. Let's see the list of employment to see if our people are accommodated. So recently, there was a committee formed to make sure people from our county get on some of these international scholarships. So those are the kind of things that we need to be pushing as we try to rectify what they have in the MDA, because those MDAs need review and rectification. So you journalists, you have the right to ask for information. It is by law. So some of the information that you get on the radio where people getting contracts and things, you go to Asalamita, you demand those contracts. It is by law that you get information as a journalist and bring it to the station and talk about it. It's not Matthew Joe group say or this other group say. When I went to the hospital the other day, there was a lot of confusion there because people don't understand these things. King June is at JFK. He's doing well. I follow up because King June is like a son to me. His mother was on a trip with me when he was at the hospital. And right now, he's at JFK. His mother is at my house in Monrovia, going there every morning to see Kim Ju, and I'm facilitating that because he's not just an advocate. He's somebody that I know personally, and his mother is like a sister to me. So people, we go to the hospital, they say, don't rise in the Lauren car, don't ride. They want. It's about life and death at that point. So people have to be reasonable. So I was quiet because I needed to talk in depth in some of these things, but then if you have lawmakers, they have to sit as caucus to deal with the issues and see how they are presented. Citizens are right to get concerned. Citizens, advocates are right to talk, but civil society groups should be civil society groups. Lawmaker workers should be lawmaker workers. So if civil society groups want to be credible and push these issues, there should be civil society groups that are credible, and they shouldn't have any alliance with the lawmakers to go push their agenda where people will get high only because they are covering things that are not in the interest of the people.
So I want to understand from you the contract you talk about. Is there a current contract that Representative Matthew Joe has got about?
Call Matthew Joe and say Senator Lawrence say you have a contract with Asalamita. If you want to protect it, you shouldn't come and protest. And let him respond to that. Well, if the response is not in line with what I said, then I will come back and tell you what he has.
Okay, so is that the background of the statement of Mr. Marcus in the meeting? Do you worry that you know?
Well, I'm not Marcus Ware, so ask Marcus where his background is. If Marcus Ware said we have a working relationship, we come a long way, he can interpret that. But Matthew Joe should not be fronting as an advocate when he's a lawmaker and making other lawmakers to look bad like he's the only person who cares when he's trying to protect his interests. Because if we're talking about the interests of our people, we should do it collectively. We should make sure that our people or our children are educated to understand these things. That's why you have Lands and Mines Committee at the level of the legislature. They have oversight over these things. They have the Ministry of Lands and Mines. So if there's a feasibility study that will not bring the incinerator here, let's verify to see if that feasibility study is genuine, and we'll make other demands that will accommodate our people. Then our civil society groups can make the demand, because this is how government works. When the lawmakers make decisions and that decision is not accepted or is not pushed by the president, the civil society and the media rise up with their advocacy to push for that decision to be made in the interest of the people. So we all form a part of that. But it should be in a very credible way, it should be in a genuine way, it should be in the interest of the people.
I want to also clarify one thing before you leave the line. I understand that you've been a rescue mother for the party for the upcoming election, and you were organizing a sports tournament that running up to Sunday. Is to understand Senator Jeremiah Combe, the vice president of work as supposed to be Buchanan today, and the CPB having their own occasion today. Where we name it running mate, Councillor Charlie Bronskin. If that is correct, why have you planning to have an occasion on the day that they're planning to have something very big or bigger?
Well, Chris, there's no law that says it's a violation for two political parties to have activities in the county. When I endorsed Ambassador Parker, the youth of the UP, the Liberty Party, and all the other parties that are collaborating decided that they will have a tournament to welcome Jeremiah Combe and to interact with him. So they planned this tournament, and it should have been on Dark Forest Field. But yesterday, a lot of people were concerned about the two activities in the county, and even few days before yesterday, I said to the planning committee that these events were not in time for all of us to be here, because Jeremiah Combe and we have some programs. I think today they cannot come. I also have to go to number 2 to do the groundbreaking for the bridge. So we already recommended the postponement for all of us to be present before all the concerns came about. But political parties are not enemies. Sometimes it's just good to reach out to one another to say where these things will be happening, who will be in Bassa to be doing this. It's also good for everybody to have their separate space. I talked to the police director, he called yesterday, and They were concerned about security covering all of the ground, so I told them no. Security will have to cover the ground for the ANC because the Liberty Party will not have any events in the county today. The only event that I'm having is going to be in District 2. That would be the groundbreaking.
Okay, that's fine. Anything else that you want to chip in that you didn't mention that worth discussing for the public?
Well, I'm in the county today. Let me announce to the county that I will be traveling on Monday. I'm going to the States for some meetings. I'm meeting with some people from Congress. The Liberty Party Foundation there will also be having a summit and be raising some funds for some of the work we do here, especially for the Nyonblee Kangar Foundation. I'm going there to attend, and I'll be back very soon because we have a lot of work to do to kick off this campaign.
But Senator, we understand that your status as the political leader of the Liberty Party has expired. So if you're meeting people in the diaspora, even here, speaking to the party, what is your current status, your current position with that?
There's no case that had the Liberty Party political leader title in dispute. We went to the case ruling suggests that the two cases that we have in the court can be concluded on, and other matters and neck can be concluded on. Musa Brete, as usual, have violated those again and going to have another convention to say the Liberty Party political leader time expired. So even before the political leader title expired, according to you, did you inform the political leader about any activity? In a political institution, there are rules. We have a constitution. So even suspend somebody, you got to have a convention, or you got to have a sitting where resolutions are signed, where people agree to do certain things, and it's presented with a communication. Today, none of those things were done, so everything that is done by Musa Brete is still in violation and is illegal. As we all know, that Liberty Party, each matter is still in the court. There's a case where Zango, there are other cases there. There also the issue of the Constitution still at neck. We know that the intent of dragging this thing and making all those decisions is to see if people will get upset and get demoralized and sit back while the elections go on. We decided that we're not going to do that. We will put the Liberty Party case on hold. We're going to get out and collaborate with Ambassador Bassa. We're campaigning to make Joseph Bassa win in the next 4 months. And after that, we'll concentrate on what we need to do to conclude the issue in our party. This country is going through so much. We have to rescue this country, and we all have to stand up and get up and go and work. We're not going to allow anything to distract us, because everything that they've done is all distractions. I know that the ANC and the Musa Brete team, they met with me when they asked me to be the running mate to Cummings. And some of the things that we talk about was how to conclude our Liberty Party case. So if he had rights over Liberty Party, and if our no longer political leader, we wouldn't have had those discussions. So the focus now is how we rescue this country, because if the country is not rescued and we get another 6 years of hardship, well, we don't know how it will end, then you cannot do much with your party. You cannot even do anything as a senator. So let's focus on that. And at the end of the day, we'll see where the Liberty Party issue will end. But for now, the focus is to make Joseph Bassa president.
All right, Senator, thank you so much. We wish you a safe trip to District Number 2 and safe return.
Thank you.
She is Senator Nyonblee Kangar, Lawrence of Bassa County. She also participated on the platform inside the meeting.